Hello there, I'm Aldro Hill and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4, Waking the Tiger as the German Empire, soon to be the Holy Roman Empire. Now, I've been doing a little bit of testing to try and get this to fire because there's a number of things that need to happen. So, when you first do the tree of Return of the Kaiser, which we're going to do right now, okay? Kaiser needs a Kaiser and Wilhelm II still lives, exiled in the Netherlands, who will live as exile and invite him to return to the throne, despite what the Western democracies might think, okay? So this will fire and it'll happen in 2 months. Now, I have discovered... Well, first of all, he's in the Netherlands, right? He's, like, living in the Netherlands. And then they get a choice. They can either let him come back, and everyone's like, yeah, I get Wilhelm II. Or they can refuse, and I have to put his son in, Wilhelm III. That's what I want. But making the Netherlands do that is actually pretty hard. And it seems the really only way to do it is to trick the AI into making you think you're weaker than you are. So, while this does depress me... I'm afraid we're going to have to get rid of all of this, and we're going to delete an entire 24 divisions. It's okay, all the equipment goes back in the pile, and we'll start training them, you know, straight away and everything, but we're going to get rid of everything. It's very depressing. I know. But what should happen is that then, once this fires, they should refuse it, and it allows us to, get Wilhelm III. And we need Wilhelm III because it's Wilhelm III's kid who actually does all the cool stuff. And I'll tell you why that is in a little bit. It's very exciting. It should be this episode that we're able to... Well, we won't be able to form the Holy Roman Empire, but we will be able to do the things that necessitate the forming of the Holy Roman Empire. It's going to be really cool. We just have to wait and see if it fires. Because it's up to the AI. It's up to the AI. And... the AI can sometimes be a bit of a dick, not gonna lie. See, what happens is that the Netherlands makes a decision whether or not to keep Wilhelm II or not. But that is generally dependent on what they think of us, and they don't like us that much, but also, you know, we need to be as weak as possible. So let's get up to the last day. I'm gonna make a little save, make a backup save, because I don't want to have to do this again. And again, and again. I'd really prefer not to do that. Here we go. I believe in you. Damn it. Okay. Here we go. And he returns. Son of a bitch. Come on, man. Come on. You can do this. Don't be nice to me. I don't want to have to get rid of all my dudes. Alright, you can do this. Come on. Return the Kaiser, please. Yes! Yes! The Netherlands blocked return of Wilhelm II. Not long after the German Empire lifted the exile, in a surprise announcement yesterday morning, Dutch authorities blocked the old Kaiser's motorcade before it passed the German border and forced it to return to his residence of HOi4. An official Dutch communique cites concerns for destabilizing the continent should Wilhelm II be allowed to resume the German throne once more, and the Dutch government has therefore taken it upon themselves to place the old Kaiser in house arrest. The German response to the crisis has yet to be made, but public outcries included the demand for a military force to be used to siege the Kaiser's return. How dare they? So, the dastardly Netherlands, having so long nobly offered William II refuge, will have now blocked his attempts at crossing the border and have escorted him back to his residence, HOi4. The Dutch cite concerns for the stability of the continent as reasons for denying the Kaiser's return to the throne. Oh my god. It's a very small chance this can actually happen. But my god, it finally fired. So we can either go... We should give them some more immediate concerns and declare war. And then France also joins the war. Or they have a point with other candidates. And this is what we're going to do. We're going to get Wilhelm III. The old Kaiser may well be able to aid his son in his rule. Boom. This gives us German Empire. We get Wilhelm III. Now I'm going to save the game. For the love of God. That requires a lot of tries. Now... one of the first things we get is we get reinstate Prince Wilhelm's right of succession. Kaiser Wilhelm III's son was forced to renounce his right of succession by desiring to marry against the approval of the then head of family, Wilhelm II, right? As Wilhelm III has now taken over that rule, he might be able to pressure his exiled father to supporting a reversal of his decision. So, he has to reinstate the decision. Effects when selected lose base stability and lose non-aligned. And the line of succession is altered, and it goes down a different son's right. This is William IV, basically his son, okay? So this now, because currently the succession goes, William II has obviously not been allowed, so it's going to William III. William III, and then goes to William III's second son, I believe. And his name is, I'm Googling it now, William III. William III. So his children were, yeah, Prince William, Prince Louis Fernand. So Prince William IV was the eldest child, but both of whom, however, outlived him, and he wasn't able due to some things that happened. And in fact, he actually died in 1940, and instead it was Louis Ferdinand, the Prince of Prussia, who was going to be the person to take over. But, so instead, what we're going to do is reinstate that, and this means that it can be William IV is the next son. Boom. Cool. So there we go, we fired that. Next up, we're going to need to modernize the succession laws. This requires 150 political power. The current Kaiser's son, the to-be William IV, only has 2 daughters as heirs. We must secure the line of succession, and so the succession laws must be modernized to allow Princess Felicitas to reign when the time comes. And this is very similar to the compromise made in the Austrian Compromise that allowed Maria Theresa. Was it Maria Theresa or Maria Antoinette? I forget. No, Maria Theresa to take control of Austria because she was the only heir. So it allows women to inherit the throne. Very important. So we're going to set up political power to do so. Alongside that, we're going to make sure we are focusing on continuation of our awesomeness. This now means we are going to retrain every division possible. Yay! I can train 24 at a time, though, so that's okay. So that's fine. Okay. Next up, we are also going to take the expatriate the communists. The internal threat of communism continues to plague our nation. We must rid ourselves of it no matter where the adherents flee to. This gives us base war support 5% and reduces our communism. Because we do actually have a communist party of about 20%, which is not great. This is really good. But also, it gives daily communism support to France because they get communist refugees because that's where they flee. Boom. Let's do this. That makes a big difference, guys. It makes a huge difference. We also want to maybe try and recruit the occasional tank. Ah, I can't recruit a tank. That'd be lame. The hell? There we go. We're training some tank divisions as well. This is going to be awesome. We now have a lot of factories, which is brilliant. Let's start chucking some more here. Or better yet, let's start to get some infrastructure here. So improving infrastructure now is very, very powerful, and it allows us to actually utilize, like increases the resources we gain, and also increases the speed of construction, and also gives us supply. It's going to take a bloody long time, but that's okay. But look how much we can get. Oh, so many factories. Love it. So we're going to wait until we can go modernize the succession laws. Oh, baby. We're going to modernize them. It's a long route, man. There's such a janky thing. And I know someone did actually... I think it was HOi4 actually, who did manage to... Did he do it in Iron Man? I don't remember. No, it wasn't. But... Oh, God. It's hell, though. It's hell. No, there was someone who actually did manage to do it in Iron Man. I wasn't not sure. But I believe I found this stuff from HOi4 on the subreddit. Right, there we go. We can now go modernize succession laws to allow women to inherit the throne. Perfect. Now we just need to go down the focus tree route until alliance within the shade. If it cannot take their place in the sun, we shall ally those who cast the shadow over us. And this allows us to join the Allies. And it means that we can get 100 relation with the British. It's going to be really cool. It does unfortunately mean we don't get any of these sexy rebuild the high seas fleet and all that. There's lots of really nice bonuses, battleship cruiser models, battleship production costs. There's a lot of really good things here, but I think this is going to be even cooler. All right, Logistics Company 1, fantastic. What else do I want? Battlefield support, yeah, start going down doctrine routes. We have enough research slots, so that's good. We've expatriated the communists, now we're going down accepted British naval dominance. We require allies to fight communism, and the British are a prime candidate. We will alleviate their concerns by accepting their naval superiority and disavowing any extensive naval buildup in the interest of improved relations. Oh, baby. This gives us factory output 2%, but we lose 20% factory dockyard. It's sad. So we don't get a lot of dockyard production, and Italy is claiming Yugoslavia. Oh boy. Mussolini's still sticking there. Now, you are able to assassinate Mussolini if you go down an alternate route, but unfortunately, we're not going to be able to assassinate Mussolini. You have to go down the Italian coup and stuff, and we're not going to be able to do that unless we decide to cheat, but unfortunately, we're not going to be able to. Instead, we're going down this route here. This also allows us carte blanche for Alsatian and French colonies. We must petition our new ally to allow us free reign in reclaiming our rightful territories of Alsace-Lorraine and our fair share of African colonies. This can only fire if France is communist, but France is becoming communist very quickly. Like, oh man, very quickly. And they've also gone revise Versailles. Yes! Which gives them daily help, which gives them, allows them to get down the route of support the left. That is absolutely fantastic. Cool. We're now going to get research time. No, we're not. We're going to save it up a little bit until we can get research time reduction. Always want to be going down that route. Boom. There we are. Hey. So we're just going to pay attention to them and hope that they do actually go the communist one. Because if they go fascist, then it does mean that it's going to drain away from that support as well. Republican intervention, leftist rhetoric. How's the Civil War going? It's going okay. We do kind of want France and Republican Spain to exist in a kind of tandem. This is the problem. So we have to hope that they do actually go down the route that we want. And we're training more and more divisions, which is great. We are a bit shy on tanks, however. A little bit shy on the tankerinos. Okay. Good stuff, though. We're doing good. Okay. We just have to wait until we can get to the accept British naval dominance and then go down to alliance in the shade. That's going to allow us everything we could possibly want in life. Right, we've just got 21 divisions, and we'll start training them here as well. Gotta love that. Train those bad boys. Let's go. Come on. I'm like really eager to see if this fires like the way we want. What's going on? Just show me how long I have. Alright, I'm gonna do a quick save. I'm always frightened of things crashing and not working the way we need them to. Because then unfortunately it does need to go a particular route, and if they go fascist, then it definitely won't fire the way we need. So Holy Roman Empire. Boom. They should definitely go communist, though. This is the thing. There's no way they won't go communist. Like, how would they not go communist? Hungary announces the Treaty of Trianon. And they've gone support the left. Yes! Okay. Thank you, non-historical focuses. They're going to support the left to give them communism support. This is going to make France communist very quickly. Okay. Brilliant. Let's go down the route of alliance within the shade to join the allies. We can't take the place in the sun. We shall ally those who cast a shadow over us. Oh, yeah. So excited. Ugh. It'll be amazing. We're just going to keep training literally as many divisions as is possible. That gives us a deficit of infantry equipment, which will be dealt with in 24 days. That's no big deal. We'll make sure we have lots of divisions ready. Lots of divisions. But once we finish Alliance in the Shade, we're going to get access to a few more unique events. Well, decisions, rather, that'll pop up, which will be really good. Because once we're in the Allies, their opinion of us will increase. So different ideologies, 10%, and world tension generated by 30. But it is actually going down. And because we accepted the naval dominance, it's going to go up massively. And have we recruited more soldiers? No, not yet. But we also do have some command power left over. Is there no more traits we could get? No. Oh, we could give some to Manstein. I really would rather give him that, though, so I'm just going to skip that. Over here, I think we should give someone else, another general. Cautious with planning bonus. War hero, promotion cost, no thank you. Brilliant strategist and planning speed reduction. Ugh. Ah, commando, card student, yes. Brilliant. Make sure he gets some good bonuses. So commando is really good. It's 50% out of supply reduction. He can do skirmishers, which allows him to have probing attacks. And probing attacks allow him to be defending, which is really cool, but also still attack from those that defensive position. It's really valuable. Paratroopers mean extra paratrooper supply grace, 240 hours, insanely good. And camouflage reduction reduces their air superiority bonus in combat, but reduces their damage reduction against CAS. We don't need that. I think either of these are fine. Glider planes are crazy good for paratroopers. If I ever use paratroopers, I am going to want that, so I'm going to grab paratroopers, and I can use him for my paratroop dudes. Take a look at their communism support. It's already at 40%. So the thing is, once it hits 50, they should immediately start to coup. I think. Or will they go down the focus tree to do it gradually? Yeah, look at that. So, that's the defense. Republican intervention, leftist rhetoric. That. Oh, to get leftist rhetoric. National mobilization. Nah, so they can't just immediately do it, but they will probably go Republican interventionism as a little bit of a bonus. Go down this infantry equipment route. That'd be so good. How is this Civil War going? It looks like Spain's doing okay. They have had volunteers. That's probably what's helping so much. The fact that they have crazy amounts of volunteers. Italy has also sent volunteers, but Italy doesn't have tanks. So, we're not going to go super well for them. Keep up our doctrines. So, mobile infantry or Blitzkrieg. I think going Blitzkrieg is going to be best because we're going to be going pretty heavily into tanks, as is our wont. And we're recruiting lots of divisions now. It's a shame that we had to do that. We had to, you know, kill a bunch of divisions, but that's fine. Alright, we're almost finished with Alliance in the Shade. It's going to give us something very cool. I'm going to save political power because I can't remember if these new decisions cost political power. So I'm just going to save it up just in case. I do have near enough two full factory lines. I feel like maybe some more civvy factories would be good. Nah, 2 full lines is fine. We're going to get France as well. That'll be fine. Oh, we haven't deployed these units. Whoops. Yeah. Okay. We've just done Alliance within the Shade. And now we are unable to go further down the tree until they have become communists. We can see to the Eastern Front to prepare for Russia, but Russia's not going to be a problem for a few years. Let's get training time reduction and recruitable population. And get that going. To replace the losses of our civil war, repeal to the Prussian sense of militarism and improve recruitment and training of new recruits. That our military is free from Nazi dictatorship ensures the Prussian ideals are now more popular than ever. Pax Americana has filed, and the left ascended in French, following oh, what? No, it hasn't fired yet. Following 2 close decades of political turmoil, the people of France feel they have yet to regain what was lost in the Great War. The French have set their sights on reconstructing the French state, with her people and for her people. These new political reforms enable the flourishing of workers' unions and communist organizations. If France continues down this path, they're set for a political realignment towards the far left or a full-scale revolution. And the UK has welcomed us into the Allies. Henceforth, we shall stand or fall together. So, that gives us an opinion of 100, sorry. It's now 100 because of the in-faction bonus. This allows us to do this once they've tick over. What's going on? Yeah, there we go. So the German Empire joins allies. Early today, the UK and the German Empire issued a joint statement. The latter had now been formally granted status of the allies. Whether this partnership will be used for offensive or defensive purposes remains to be seen, but undoubtedly extensive joint military planning is underway. Now, there we go. It's finally ticked over. This means we can now request restoration of British titles. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to save this, because I'm a little bit scared in case there's some, like, weird janky shit that happens. Hurry up. Come on. You can do it. There you go. So we're going to... I'll check in the backup. I'm terrified of things not working. Okay, so what we're going to do now is... So, request restoration of British titles. In 1917, the British Parliament voted to revoke all of British peerages and royal titles from German royal and princely families. Now that we're allies and are enjoying excellent relations, perhaps it's time to request the reversal of this decision. This allows us to get that. This will undoubtedly lead to unparalleled rewards. So we're going to take that. Boom. They should then agree to it. Give these guys the proper general, I think. The British government accepts request. The British government has decided to support our request with the reinstatement of British peerages and royal titles to German royal and princely families. They propose a grand royal ceremony of the century to which all German royalty is invited to personally be returned the titles that were wrongfully taken from them 2 decades ago. It is proposed by imperial advisors the entire extended royal family make a grand entrance using the very pinnacle of German technology. This state-of-the-art Hindenburg airship would suit the occasion perfectly. Oh. So we can make 2 choices. We can either say, excellent idea, travel together. The entire family will travel to Hindenburg to the UK. This will increase our prestige in the eyes of our allies and strengthen our government position. Or we can be a bit safer and send Princess Victoria Louise ahead to aid in the preparations of this grand ceremony. This will tax our government's resources somewhat for some reason, making us lose 50 political power. But we will send... so this is William IV, so the current king, William III's son's second daughter. She is currently the 3rd in line. So we'll send a liaison. Boom. And now here we go. Here it is. Wait and see what happens, guys. Gonna be amazing. And there it is, the Hindenburg Aflame in London. In a terrible tragedy, the Hindenburg was destroyed today while attempting to dock in London. For reasons not yet determined, the airship was engulfed in flames and crashed to the ground, claiming the lives of all passengers and crew aboard, including virtually all members of the extended German imperial family. The only survivor is the Princess Victoria Louise, who was sent ahead to aid the preparations of the ceremony. The princess, the third to bear a name Victoria after her grandmother, German Empress Victoria, and her great-grandmother, Queen Victoria, has therefore become the only remaining heir to the throne. Still shaken from having lost her family, she has now nevertheless ascended to the throne as Kaiserin Victoria I of the German Empire. The Kaiser is dead. Long live the Kaiserin. Lose 10% base stability, but she becomes the leader, which gives us weekly stability, 0.1%, stability 5%, war support 5%, and division defense on core territory 10%, and political power gain 15%, and Victoria 3 stability 5%. Boom. And that is it. We are now led by Victoria, who looks badass, which means we are now going to be getting weekly stability, which is amazing. But even goddamn better, guys, even better, look what we unlock. The Revive the Holy Roman Empire decision. The splendor of our Kaiserin knows no bounds, and neither do the borders of our nation. These have now grown to encompass the limits of the old Holy Roman Empire, and the nations in our way are no longer in a position to object to our policies. The Kaiserin has decreed that the current opportunity shall be seized, and the nation shall embrace its role as the spiritual successor of the Holy Roman Empire. Aquila eget lovis omnia vincit. Don't know what that means. So, I need Luxembourg, Alsace, Savoy, Sudetenland, Bohemia, Moravia, Sudetenland. Oh god. Piedmont, Lombardy, Southern Tyrol, Veneto, Emilia-Romagna, Tuscany, Istria, Swiss, Austrian, Dutch, and Belgian. And then I become Holy Roman Empire, and all of that land is cored, making me insanely powerful. However, I need to conquer France, Italy, Switzerland, Austria, Czechoslovakia, and do I need to take Western Poland as well? No, I don't need to take Western Poland, but I will need literally all of that. That's fun. So the first route to do that is to take France. And to take France is the very first step, because then we get an annex war goal. And then we can also bypass the Maginot Line in the south in Switzerland, which allows us to grab that. We also then gain a core, which is really nice. And then from there, it's all about going down this route, Danzig for guarantees of Poland, ideological defenses, and grabbing some of these beautiful bonuses, including finally invading the Soviet Union. But we have to wait a little while for that. We are unfortunately just going to have to flat out justify on these guys. This is the problem. However, it's because we're... Wait, why are we democracy? We're not a democracy. So apparently, democracies can't justify a war goal. Oh, because of the world tension. That's fine. We'll escalate world tension, no problem. The French are not in... Oh, they're going Republican intervention. Brilliant. What we'll do is we will leave the Allies and justify on everybody. I do believe... Let me just make a quick check. I do believe if we justify on the Czechs, we should just be able to take this, right? I think. Let me just check Areno. Holy Roman Empire. Save Areno. Goodness. If I leave the faction, let me just check. Boom. Can I then justify? No, there we go, but I still need 50% world tension because we are currently non-aligned. That's why. Okay, so I do have to wait a little bit first. But that's fine because I get annex war goals against France. So we just have to wait for France to become communist. So we will stay in the Allies for a little while at least. We might as well just try and stay in the Allies for as long as possible. So I'll just load that real quick and go back to it. So that's going to be the end of this episode. We have finally got Kaiserin Victoria Louise I of the German Empire. I was taking a really long time to load. Next up is going to be preparing and waiting for the French to become communist. Once we've done that, we can invade very heavily and annihilate their faces. We'll be able to do that quite easily, I think. We just have to wait for them to become communist. And also, Republican intervention, they should then cause the Republicans to win, meaning we can annex them later as well. And then we can use that power to annex every other power in this area and form the Holy Roman Empire. Do be sure to leave a like and a comment on the video. Let me know what you think of the series so far. And I was Aldrin, and I'll continue to be. This has been the German Empire in Waking the Tiger Hearts of Iron. Bye-bye.